But I want to have your support. There's somebody very special today. Someone who's always been supporting you, your support system, which is a special person over there sitting with you. I see. Tell us more about it. I
Okay.
mean, what's his name? Him or her?
This is Big Nose. Okay, I wouldn't say that he's my support system lah, but he's been there. He's what? When I was released from prison, that long sentence, the 8 years one.
Yes.
So he was given to me by my first girlfriend then.
Okay.
It's a breakup gift.
Oh,
Wow, okay. Wow, all right.
do you want to talk about it? Is it okay if you want to
It's
unpack?
okay. Okay,
I
so
see.
my then girlfriend, that one, okay, she's a Malaysian. So she's a real believer of those feng shui thingy. Like your birth date lah, this, that, you know? Yeah, so
Feng shui lah, feng shui.
So
is it?
so she literally flew to Taiwan to ask this feng shui master about whether we have destiny together, whatever.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, she flew over there just to get the readings and came back
Wow.
the same night, you know.
Okay,
Then she
wow.
bought a bear for that, and then she said, the feng shui master say we are not fitted to be together because of this.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that this bear I give you.
Oh, okay. She
I
set you
love
down
it.
gently. Take the bear. I'm done with you, man.
She's so
Wow.
objective about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct. So
Okay.
yep. So I was I mean she was my first girlfriend when I came
see.
out, right? After so long, you know. Yeah, so this bear has been with me every time. Now he's 13 years old. With me for the past 13 years already. Yeah. So he's Sec 1 now.
Yeah.
Still haven't got his own clothes yet, but yeah.
No, because for more context, before getting on this podcast, we've been, chatting on our WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And I hear more about the bear than Chris himself. So I feel like I'll see photos. We should show in the podcast. I see a lot of photos of the bear. Yeah, sleeping, taking a rest.
Yep,
I
correct.
love that.
So he's the personification of me.
I
Yeah.
love
So wherever I go, I'll bring him along.
even to work.
Yes,
Yes, I
even to
realized he
work.
was working.
Yes, even to work. Everywhere. And almost everywhere lah.
Okay.
Yep. A coffee shop sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes
okay.
I do because I don't want him to get the smell of the food.
Yeah. Because you'll get sick, right? In case.
Yeah. You know he's in my will.
I see.
So
wonder how that works.
why do I bring it? Why do I bring it everywhere? Right?
Why do you?
Because my will executor told me, say that when you die, make sure that he's somewhere around you.
Okay.
Because he's gonna follow me to the casket.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
honored to
Right.
be around
Really?
Nose. What? Big Nose, right?
Yeah, big nose. Yeah.
Big Nose has
I'm
been part
honored.
of the journey, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna move on to the next chapter of
Okay.
this
Okay.
part. Staying drug free. What does recovery look like for you both now? Let's go with Gopal.
That's a really good question. So I think when we ask ourselves, I think recovery is something that's personal and unique to each individual. Sitting here today, I can tell you that I am in active recovery for 12 years now. So what happened for me was when I was in the prison system where I found recovery, I think prison gave me the opportunity to reflect on a number of things, right? I would sit in prison and a lot of the memories that had been suppressed or distorted because of my 20 over years of addiction would surface for me. Memories as a child, memories with my parents, memories of my oldest brother in a coma and as a child trying to make sense of life, looking at the helplessness of my parents. And I realized that in prison, I am a person first before an inmate. And so these memories would surface for me, memories of my trauma, memories of childhood abandonment, so that I could either reconnect with them in a compassionate way and heal from these things, or I could get absorbed into the subculture of the environment. And I think for me, prison gave me the opportunity to reflect on who I really am. As I begin to disconnect from substance use, I'm trying to reconnect with my inner value system. And I think, as you mentioned earlier, recovery for me was the process of being reborn. It was the process of transformation, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And I think that in recovery, I began to feel that my heart was being replenished. I learned to be empathic. I learned to hold space for other individuals that were even in their own process of recovery. In recovery, in prison, I realized that I was growing where I was planted. I was exactly where I was meant to be. So 12 years on, I can tell you that recovery for me is not just from substance use disorder. Recovery is in every domain of my life. Recovering the relationships that I have hurt. Recovering this career that was destabilized. Recovering this personality that I'm now putting forward into the world. Recovery for me today is the process of giving back in service. The more I put myself into service for others, the more my own recovery is bolstered.
Wow.
So I think coming out, sharing these dialogues, having this platform to share about how a story of shame, misery, and failure may today perhaps reach a viewer as a message of hope. Recovery is the process of reconnecting with your own narrative and then moving forwards into other domains of your life. That's why recovery is lifelong. It's not just from substance use, it is from all the instability that has been caused from the substance use.
Wow. Oh, I really love that. Thank you so much for sharing. I really like the fact that you mentioned you had time to do self-reflection when you were inside.
Right.
When I was serving my rehab, I was actually very happy. Yeah, when I was apprehended, I kept quiet because at one juncture I needed help, but I didn't know how to. So when I was apprehended, I was like, just take me.
Right.
Take me.
It's a sense of
And
relief, right?
It was a relief.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, finally I don't need to hide.
Right.
Of course, then after that, I had to bear the consequences of paying the bills while I'm away because I don't have a job. And my savings was depleted.
Right.
At the same time, during the 6 months, I had a good time, a very good time to self-reflect, number one. Number two, I had time for myself,
Right.
away from societal's pressures,
Yes.
away from responsibilities.
Right.
And it was a great break for me
Right.
because I think for close to 10 years of substance abuse, it made me complacent. I said like,
Okay.
oh no, they're not going to catch me. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Right.
I'll figure this out. I'll quit one day. But I'm happy that I got apprehended and I had time to reflect. What about you, Chris? What's your recovery like? How long has it been? Since 2019, is it?
Yeah, I would say recovery. That time the long period, that long sentence, 2004 to 2012. I was lucky that I got to study inside prison. I went to TMP, Tanah Merah, did my O levels and my A levels inside prison.
Nice.
2012 I was released. 2013 I went to SMU.
Mm-hmm.
So that time I thought I was okay, you know, sad from gangster to wannabe graduate.
Yeah, I'll be so happy.
It's
as
still
well.
GG, right? In fact, my handle is gentleman gangster. No,
Who? Yeah, you are a gentle giant. When I first saw you, I
not
was like,
giant,
this-
bro. I just said gentleman gangster.
Whoa,
Alamak, your
okay.
amor.
Sorry.
Don't put words into my mouth, okay?
Sorry.
Okay, so when I studied inside, seriously, that time I thought I want to change. I told myself I want to become a social worker. That was back in 2011.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I told myself I want to be a social worker. I want to help inmates. 2012, I released, full of dreams and everything. I was so proud when I received a call from SMU. Asked me to go down for interview. Wow, my mother wake me up. Boy, SMU call.
She must have been so
Yeah.
happy.
That was the first time I wear a stupid tie, man.
Oh, you wore a tie.
I
What
tell you-
color was it?
I forgot.
Alamak.
But I tell you, I post all the way.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
went there. I don't know what to bring. So, I see all the photos, right? I brought one empty laptop case
Dude.
to show that you carry briefcase, ma.
It was empty. I love
Yeah,
it.
empty lah. Just pretend
Okay.
go down there, after that go the interview.
Play the part.
Yeah, play
Not
the
bad,
part.
lah.
Fake it till you make it, ma.
No, yeah, of course.
And then I made it lah. The question that the dean asked me,
Share.
why should we give you this place? You're a mature student. Why should we give you this place?
Wow.
You know what I told her?
What?
I said, ma'am, I did my A-levels in a controlled environment, in the prison cell, where we lights off at 10 p.m. and we still continue studying. We will stand in the toilet, hold the books up with the light, through the toilet there, and read. And lucky for me, my place I was at the door. So I will push my book out, and then the door below there, the
There's
light, right?
a
I have to
light.
read lah.
Right. Okay.
And
Talk
we
about
got
commitment.
the grit
and-
and yeah.
Yes, and we got no internet access, no nothing, and I did well enough for you guys to shortlist me for the interview. So if I don't deserve it, the rest don't.
The confidence is there though.
And you know what she said?
Yes.
She stood up, put out her hand. You enjoy your next 4 years in SMU.
Whoa, nice.
Well, I know I got it already.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that story. Wow.
4 years over, I graduated lah.
Mhm.
I thought, wow, graduate already. Now got degree already.
Degree, yeah.
Last
Yeah,
time
for sure.
medical degree only. Now got degree already, no. Oh, I send my resume here, send my resume there.
Okay.
When they call me, they say, wow, they thought I'm a fresh graduate because we don't put my age there, right? Don't put IC number. So they say, wow, okay. What you what? Oh, so can you tell me more about yourself? So I said that, yeah, for the past many years, I've been in the pharmaceutical business. Yeah, I've been involved from manufacturing.
Would you like to explain the pharmaceutical?
Wait lah, bro.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I've been involved from manufacturing all the way down the whole supply chain until last mile delivery.
Dude.
Including delivery.
Yes, last mile delivery
I
on
see.
the regional
Logistics
platform.
as
Those,
well.
entrepreneur, man.
Entrepreneur, yeah.
Then they say, wow, which company is that? I say, I'm doing my own company. Oh, what you're dealing in? I'm dealing in methamphetamine, diamorphine, MDMA.
This was for your job interview.
Yeah. So they said,
This guy.
oh, okay. I said, okay, I just came out from prison. I don't have job experience or anything. I think that time I'm 40-something years old already.
Okay.
Then say, oh wow, we are so proud of you that you want to change, that you've seen a new life in front of you. And that's it. The first phone call. There was never a second phone call.
Oh.
So it went on. So I said, buddy, I get degree for what, yeah? What can I do with my degree?
Right.
So I went drive Grab.
Yeah.
At least I'm my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I was telling myself, I said, okay, I don't sell drugs, I'm okay. So I
Yeah.
drove nights. Then I said, hey, don't they got one set not?
Oh.
Yeah, you need energy, ma.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to chiong, ma.
This is 2011. Eh?
No,
20
after I graduated, 2018.
2018. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
4 years.
That time I study at Good Boy. All the way only. 'Cause I see the hope there.
Yeah.
But when I really graduate, reality hits. And it sucks, I tell you.
Wow. Actually, thanks for sharing it. I want to bring to a point where, sometimes in life when we give ourselves a chance,
Right.
sometimes and somehow,
Right.
especially when I'm speaking to other people, persons of recovery, somehow there's a thing in our life that breaks us. But I always ask myself, like, why? Why did I choose substances? Do you think you can answer this?
Can.
Like, yeah,
Because that's the only thing I know.
I love that.
That's the only thing I know.
Unfortunately.
I know job. I went to drive Grab. Happy. I was telling myself, no, I don't sell drugs already. Okay?
Okay.
I just consumer.
Okay.
Consumer, ma.
Mm.
Then I got discovered lah.
Mm.
Okay. Then I went inside DRC. I was pissed with myself. I was really damn pissed, disappointed.
Okay.
My mom, my aunt, who had been my support system that time,
Mm.
wow, I tell you. Even my mom don't even dare tell my auntie, no.
Mhm.
And you go back to prison again. Now the same smell hit again.
Ah.
Yeah, then we do the naked dance,
Right.
You know, right?
This is the DRC
What?
sting,
Naked
right?
dance?
Yeah. The araro, right? You go inside. After you strip everything, then the naked dance, you forget already. Alamak, you must
Oh,
do
they
it
have to
again.
do the strip check.
Yeah lah.
I think that's what you are
Right,
referring to. Okay.
Oh, okay, the proper word. Okay, I call it the naked dance.
I accept that. I accept that. Yeah, that was traumatizing a bit for me.
So, to me, it comes back again. No? Everything comes back again. No?
Yeah, of
All the
course.
walao, shit. Now I must spend these few months inside.
It was already traumatizing for me in my first time.
Yeah.
You-
I
it
mean,
must be-
I used to it.
You
Yeah.
are- okay,
But
okay,
the
okay.
thing is that why am I back? I'm a graduate there. Why did I make good use of what I've achieved?
Yeah.
Why am I back here? And actually that was the turning point. I would say that was the start of the turning point, the catalyst.
It's like catalyst, yes,
Correct.
catalyst.
So when I was doing my DRC, I think back, I said I want to be a social worker. What the hell? Jialat, no. What happened to my dreams? What happened to my aspiration? I blame society. Bloody hell, never give me chance, never this, never that. You know, I come out full of hopes, everything. Then can't even get a job. So I told myself, I realized inside DRC is this. It's not to ask for second chance. We have to give ourselves the second chance.
Love that.
It's not about society not giving ourselves the second chance, or the yellow ribbon not giving ourselves us a second chance, or whatever lah. It's we didn't give ourselves the second chance. So when I reflected back, did I persist or not? Actually, I did not. I just give up and say, oh, I go and drive Grab law. I become my own boss law.
Yeah.
Right. I take drug law now. I don't sell okay law. So I was covering up myself with lies, justifying my actions.
Relatable.
You know.
Yeah.
So in DRC, I made the decision that I come out. I want to be a social worker. I made a few goals, no? Because DRC taught us about goal setting, right? So my first goal was to find a support group.
Yes.
Second goal was to work. I don't care what job I get, even though I'm a graduate, so what? No, the pay low also, so what? I just need to be working. Third, to go back to school. Because when I was doing my SMU, that was the most disciplined. It was school, gym all the way.
Nice.
Fourth, get myself a house. Because I need to work to get myself a house, right? So I can bring my wife over because my wife is from Hong Kong. Okay. And fifth is to become a social worker. I was so focused on my goals that I even inside the prison, you know what I tell the officer? Sir, I tell you know why I come inside DRC? You say why? I come inside DRC so that I know how DRC inmates feel. Because I last time all criminal one. So when I go out, I become a social worker. I help them that time. I know how they feel. I can relate to them.
Right.
For sure.
You see, I won't tell myself that. I start inside only. I change my whole mindset. I'm in here for a purpose.
It was a very strength.
Strength.
Okay,
I'm in here for a purpose. And you know what officer say? Wow, you sacrifice so much.
Would you think it's sacrifice?
No, I told him it's not sacrifice because I need to understand. I need to put myself inside. You know. But it's actually it's a lie lah. I took drugs and I came inside lah. But the thing is that you get what I mean? Is the focus is there, you know. So when I came out, I found a support group. First in East Coast. And then another thing. I never on program before one. Last time all my incarceration never on program one.
Yeah, only rehab they have.
Only DRC
program,
I kena. But now they have. Now all those penal also they have.
I see. Okay.
Then I got a case manager.
Okay.
Last time no case manager, direct release one.
Okay.
You know? And then I realized, then I find out the importance of having the case manager. The so-called mentor there, the personal mentor.
Yeah, mentor. I like that.
And my case manager is from Sana.
Same. Me too.
His name is Damien.
Oh.
Yep.
How was that for you?
So he didn't contact me until about 1 month in.
Okay.
That time was during COVID. I came out smack in the middle of COVID. So he said that, so you'll be telephone session, whatever. I said, hey, don't talk me, don't want this one. He tell me it will be a 20-minute talk. End up we talking for 2 hours, our first session. Then I said, hey, subsequently let's meet up. You know?
Who said? As in you?
I said.
Okay.
I said I don't like to talk on the phone. So meet up. So we meet up. That time I was doing logistics, I was being a driver. So I went to meet him, everything. And after few sessions, you know what I tell him? Ask him, hey, you the case manager at Sana, do what one? So I started getting interested in the job. Because he's where I want to be. Yeah. So I told him this. I said, one day, I will be like you.
Wow.
And guess what? I'm now like him.
Yeah. Yeah, look at you now.
Well done, bro.
Yeah.
Well
What about you,
done.
Gopal?
It is the importance of the support system.
Right.
Support system is really important.
Right.
And I wanna add on to what Chris is sharing. I think, as I hear Chris share this, right, that relationship that you have with a mentor it can be very empowering, because once you have that trust and you know that this mentor wants the best for your life, you also become open to feedback.
Yes.
And that's important. I think when you are in recovery, it's important to get the feedback that is meant to be uplifting and progressive for you. But sometimes we still isolate because we identify with the shame of the failure. But here, you began to chart a course for yourself that was very empowering. Right? It's awesome, man. Good to
It's
hear.
amazing.
Wait,
Yes.
I think he's assessing me.
Job hazard.
Yeah, job hazard.
Job hazard.
It's
Occupational
it's the
hazard.
training, isn't it? Right.
But Gopal, was it? Is this your journey as well? Is this what inspired you?
Okay, I think I was direct release. I didn't have any case manager. I didn't really have much programs. I was locked up for 5 years, 4 months. I had a family program towards the end where so I watched my son grow up from behind a glass barrier. When I went into the system, he was 5 months. When I was coming out, he was turning 6. Talking about turning points, I think the turning point for me was after 2 years of imprisonment, I had saved up points for good conduct. You know, when you have a month of good conduct,
T3,
they give you some points, right?
Interesting.
So I didn't want to redeem sweets. I didn't want to redeem a letter or a pen. I wanted to redeem an open visit. I really wanted to carry my son. So, I mean, look, prisons, institutions are very interesting. It has its own subculture,
Yes.
right? And it's not the most straightforward thing. You are avoiding trouble, but sometimes trouble may find you. So you learn a lot of things. You learn about persistence, perseverance, and discipline. I think in prison, what I learned is that not everything that happens in my life is good, but something good can come out of everything that happens in my life. It was really about my perspective. And saving up those points, after 2 years, I see this little toddler walk into the room. And I remember there's this prison staff on my left who I had built a decent relationship with because he could see the goodness, and he was trying to give me the pathway to stay on the straight and narrow, right? And so the officer tells me, "Hey, Gopal, look, man, so cute. You should be proud." I say, "Yeah, thank you, staff." So I go up and I say, "Come, son, let me carry you." And he looks at me and he turns away and he walks away. And he didn't want me to carry him. And I think it was in that moment that I realized, wow, I think you need to change because your son doesn't recognize you. And I could see my wife, she was cracking up a bit. And so she came up to me and she said, "Gopal, I want you to remember this moment." I was like, "Okay, I will. Because I'm going to raise a good boy so that you can come home and raise a good man." And that was the turning point. I was like, okay.
I need
you
tissue.
know,
Wow.
right.
I need tissue.
Oh
my God.
One.
That's very inspiring.
Okay, right. So
No,
I think the turning point was
How
there.
old is your son now? Don't mind me.
He's turning 10,
Wow.
right?
He'll be
He's
so
turning
proud.
10 now.
Yeah.
I mean, I could share with you stories about recovery and being a father. It's a whole different process, I think, for
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
So coming back to the point, I remember I went back into my cell and I have these other hardcore addicts, right? Who are now offering me up advice for my life. And I remember all of them were so consistent in this one fact. They shared with me that pain that you're feeling today, it can also be the fuel that you need for your change. Because if you can practice selfless love for your child, you will learn to love again. And that's when I realized that I am not just a recovering person. I am not just a husband. I'm not all these things that I tell myself in my mind. I'm also learning to be a father, because when I go home, there's one thing that I don't know how to do, and that would be to be a dad. Right? And so that was a whole other process of humility and learning and co-creating a world of recovery with my son. I began to see the joy of discovery through a child. And I want to tell you something. I want to tell you what drugs did to me, okay? my five senses were hijacked, right? Whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I smell, everything just reminds me about drugs. There was a time in my life where my five senses would interface with my mind, and my mind would keep bringing me back to this substance that is destroying me. But in prison, I realized that my five senses began to have the free will again to decide, and the inner dialogue began to shift. So I think what recovery does is it gives you a hardened wisdom for living life, where now I don't just see what my five senses are interfacing with my mind, I also have a higher intelligence that observes the thoughts, triggers, cravings. Where do they come from? But in recovery, now that I'm observing, why is it that my mind holds this memory and it never forgets? That's the addiction, right? But if I am now identifying these things, then I am becoming an ambassador for change. Peer leaders. I think this is what we try to advocate for. That at the end of the day, if you are choosing recovery on a daily basis, let's celebrate you.
I love that.
Right?
You're always
We're all
learning.
ambassadors for change.
Yeah.
Right. So I think my turning point was then to come into service and helping others.
Wow. Guys, I just want to say these two men, when I grow up, I want to be like them. You guys have
Hey,
been
hello,
so...
you grow up already. You know, you should say what
I'm-
no.
I'm
when
very
you
young.
grow old.
I'm very... No lah, it's always a learning process. And it has been... Wow, I must say, all your stories have been very inspiring. Not just, I think, to our followers, but to me as well. I'm a person in recovery for my second year. And I wish that will be forever. And I wish you all the best as well in your lives. I hear a lot of love, a lot of self-healing.
Right.
And I want to ask you one question for the followers, for those of them who are watching. This question is, if you had one thing to say to someone who is watching this, who is struggling, what would it be?
Actually, I don't have one thing.
How many things do you have?
I have one set.
No pun intended, I guess. Yeah.
No, really.
Okay.
I got one set.
Okay.
You know, right? Ice come in one set, right? One set 5 gram, right?
I see.
So now I got a new thing.
Yes.
One set 5 questions.
Huh.
Uh,
What are those?
always ask yourself, what do you want in your life? Number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, how much do you want to achieve what you want in your life?
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the second question. Huh?
Lock in.
The third question is, a lot of people die here. Very difficult to pass through this third question.
Okay. What is it?
What are you willing to give up to get what you want?
Ah. Okay. Valid.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
So
fourth
if
one?
you can pass this question, then we go on to the fourth question.
Okay.
What are you going to do to get what you want?
Wow.
So first 3 questions is the identifying part.
Yes.
The fourth question is the planning part.
The tangible part of things. Okay.
What are you going to do to get what you want?
I love that.
Or what you need to do to get what you want? The last one,
Let's go.
execution. When are you going to start?
I love that. Well, later you remind me, okay? I got short-term memory.
I almost lost my memory just
Yeah. What about you? Thank you, Chris. What about
Thanks,
you, Gopal?
Chris. If there is a message that I could share, so I think I'm very blessed and grateful in recovery, and I think working as a mental health professional that works with justice-involved individuals and individuals that are presenting with all sorts of addictions, may it be a process addiction, addiction to substances. What I think I want to share is that the pain of discipline is uncomfortable, but the pain of regret is unbearable. If you are struggling or you are a loved one of someone that is struggling, reach out for help. There are organizations like Sana that has various programs. and individuals that are there to meet you with compassion, non-judgment, openness, and genuineness. It's very important to get the help that you need for your life. You're not alone. And that's why we are here having this conversation and facilitating these dialogues, because it is very important to reach out for help and reach out to Sana. Check them out online. They run support groups, they run individual therapy programs. They even have a circle that supports family members of individuals that are presently in active abuse. The most important thing is to reach out. You're not alone.
I love that. I was just going to tell the followers that, with substance abuse and struggles in life, anything at all, you can reach out to Sana, and it's never going to be an easy journey. It's going to be slightly painful,
Right.
uncomfortable, and that's okay, because it's okay not to be okay. Chris and Gopal, you guys have been so amazing. I've learned many things, or 5 things, even more.
One set.
One set, one set today, and your laughter and your sharing has also helped me learn a little bit more on my journey to recovery. Your stories remind us and myself as well that no matter how different our past be, it's always possible. So if today's episode resonated with you, whether you're in recovery, supporting someone who is, or just curious to learn, know that you are not alone. And if you know someone, your loved one, or going through addiction and seeking help, reach out to Sana. You can simply walk in to their step-up centers in Sengkang, Woodlands, or Taman Jurong.
Yes.
But before you go, make sure to follow Sana on their socials to stay updated and get resources. Or if you feel a bit more connected to us, just follow Sana and you'll get more information from us, even resources as well. So until next time, I just want to say to everyone, take care of yourself and take care of each other, and see you in the next episode of Sanity Chat.